Hello and welcome to lesson one. We are going to talk about a hairstylist's greatest asset in this lesson, and that is the hairstylist tools. We will primarily be focusing on scissors today, but I do want to dive in a little bit to blow dryers and hot tools. So I will tell you my best piece of advice when it comes to hot tools or blow dryers is that when you purchase them, check that warranty and register it online within 30 days. If you don't register it, then your blow dryer blows up. It's 35 days in and your warranty is completely voided and you just lost $300 or however much you spent on that blow dryer. So always check the warranty before you buy. Oftentimes, if you go to Cosmoprof or Armstrong, whatever your distributor is called, they will let you try before you buy, and I highly recommend doing that. Okay, let's talk about scissor brands. So there are a lot of different scissor brands out there. The one that I choose is called Mitsutani. I choose them because they are Japanese-made steel assembled in Japan. When they are assembled in Japan, you get the best quality control. It's just the highest standard for scissors across the board. So that's why I choose this brand. I also have a scissor sharpener who is certified through the Mitsutani brand, and he's the only one I trust. Let me tell you why. I don't trust anyone else. I moved salons and I trusted my friend with her scissor guy. And what happened is he took my scissors that I had just worked so hard for and spent $650 on, and he took them and he sharpened them with a grinding axe, like a grinding wheel. And he removed so much metal off of the blade that the scissors no longer slid against one another. There was a little gap between the blades because he removed too much metal. So although the scissors were closing, there was a gap. And when I was cutting, hair would fold between the blades. The hair was not getting cut, it was being folded. When that happens, there's no way you can put metal back on your scissors. They're completely ruined. I didn't know it at the time, and it was a friend of a friend. It was somebody who I didn't want to tell them they ruined my scissors, and I ended up just losing $650 and buying the exact same pair again. So having a scissor guy who you can really trust. Mine uses a marble to sharpen my shears, and I really like that a lot so that I have peace of mind. Metal is not going anywhere. Okay, so when it comes to using scissors, let me first tell you this. Whatever pair of scissors you got in hair school is probably okay. I don't want you to start feeling stressed that you're like, oh no, do I have to spend all of this money on these scissors? Probably not. You're probably going to do just fine with the scissors that you got from hair school. I still have my Paul Mitchell shears and they are doing fantastic. They can last you a lifetime with proper care and maintenance. So that's what I'm going to teach you. Now, as your skills advance, you're probably going to want to try different scissors, and that's what I'm going to help you with. So I have a collection of 4 scissors, and I built this collection over the first 5 to 7 years of my career, so you don't have to buy them all at once. I am going to talk to you about what they do and when you're going to use them, and then how to properly care for them. So the first pair of scissors that I recommend, this pair cost me about $750. It is 6.5 inches. Let's see if we can see that on there. It's a wider blade. I like this pair. This is really my go-to pair for most haircuts. It does great on long lengths. It is really great for deep point cutting. This is a great blade. Now, a blade like this is not going to be great because as my skills advanced and I started getting into precision cutting, this blade wasn't doing the job. Let me show you why. When it comes to precision cutting, you want to get a thinner blade. Do you see? So this is a 6-inch blade, and you can see how it's much thinner. This scissor was $750. This scissor was $650. Now, that was when I bought them a long time ago. The prices are probably different, so do not quote me on that. But the reason that this scissor is more is because there's more metal, there's more blade, all right? But you need this thin blade for precision cutting. I also wanted the swivel thumb because when you're doing pixies and bobs and kind of like you're getting in those hard to reach places, the swivel thumb really, really helps. The other thing that really makes a difference, this is like a little insert that I have. See this little thing? And I had a great scissor guy who gave that to me, and I got this in hair school. I love it because it stops my finger from going too far. It just stops there. I mean, it can't go any further than that. But it really helps me so that my fingers are not sliding when I'm cutting, all right? So I love this. But the first blade I started with was the wide blade. The next blade was the thin swivel blade for precision cutting. And then as I advanced, I went even wider, all right? So you can see the difference between these two blades. This is my basic blade. Now this pair was about $750, this pair was about $1,000 because you see how much more metal you're getting. It's also longer. This is 6.7 inches. This is, or inches, I don't know, 6.7 in length. This is 6.5 in length. And this blade, I really love using this blade. It was a game changer for me when I was doing scissor over comb because there's so much power behind this blade down here. So, I mean, game changer for scissor over comb. I also love this blade for people who have really coarse hair, really thick hair. It helps a lot. For doing a triangular lob that's a one length, that's really kind of trendy, those cute cuts, this scissor gives such a clean, strong line. I pull this scissor out every time. Also, if somebody has super fine hair, fine, thin hair, and they want a really bold, strong line to make their hair look thicker, this is the scissor I pull out. Okay. Oh, I also have thinning shears. So let me tell you about my thinning shear. The teeth are not too wide on this. They're not too wide, they're not too thin. The wider the teeth, the more room for error, okay? So this is just basic, good old, right in the middle. Not too many teeth, not too thick of teeth. I really don't have a need for anything else in my collection. So those are the scissors that I have. I'm gonna show you how to care for them. So let's make sure that they are tightened properly, that they're not too loose, they're not too tight, okay? So you want it to be, right there. That's where you want it to fall, right in the middle. You don't want it to be like at a 90-degree angle, probably like a 45. That's where you want it to fall. Now, if I needed to tighten these, for this scissor, all I do is I, tighten to the right and loosen to the left. That's all I do for this blade, okay? Now, this blade is a little different. It came with a tool. So see on the back of this, I can tighten using this and tighten to the right, loosen to the left. Let's see. So you just want to hold it upright. See if these ones are too tight. So let's loosen these up. Oops. Perfect. All right. Now, at the end of the day, your scissors are probably going to have a lot of hair on them like this. All right. So we want to make sure that we take this blade and right there, we're dropping some oil up here. See how I'm dropping that oil here and here? We're going to close the blade. Make sure that there's oil all over the blade. If you need to, you can use a microfiber towel, clean them off. You want to make sure now, let's see if we can give you, there's hair that's going to get stuck in between these two blades right here. That's why it's really important to oil your shears at the end of the day, because that oil is going to loosen up any hairs that are stuck right here that can misalign your scissors. It can cause problems. So you want to make sure that you're oiling them, properly oiling them, and that you are keeping them nice and tight in their case. When it comes to traveling with your scissors, you need to make sure that they're in a nice case like this. There's a buffer, because if you drop your scissors, they can become misaligned. They might not be repairable. So you need to make sure that they have a nice buffer around them. I would probably wrap a towel around this. And at the end of every night, you are oiling your scissors. You should probably get your scissors sharpened 6 months to a year. That's what my scissor guy said. And as long as you take care of them like that, they should last you a lifetime. So sure, I invested all of this, but now I have these scissors for my lifetime, for my entire career. When it comes to combs, Now I don't like this comb that much because the tooth, this is not wide enough. I want the wide tooth part of my comb to be wider than this. Um, the fine tooth is fine. I like the wider tooth comb because if the hair is really thick or tangly, it just makes it harder to go through. So when it comes to combs and all of those things, they're really just preference. Okay, I think that's everything. I will see you on the next lesson.